Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game Romantic versus Lin. This game taking place here on Last Refuge version 1.5. Well, from TP League Season 2, let's go ahead and break things down in this Orc versus Human matchup. On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Romantic, also known as Fortitude, playing under the name After All, here as the Blue Human. Meanwhile, Lin spawning as the yellow orc on the top right-hand side of the map, opening things up with an Altar of Storms and a barracks. We'll have to keep a quick lookout for a possible war mill to see if it will be one or multiple grunts, or if we're going to see a transition into those headhunters. Now, Last Refuge version 1.5 does have this high ground Ogre Magi close Goblin Laboratory. There's also some easy green creep camps, followed by some, well, very delicious militia clearable rock golem creep camps where you can also pick up a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Forest Troll Shadow Priest in an Orc versus Human matchup, very important. As you know, that Forest Troll Shadow Priest has that Abolish magic, which generally starts feeding experience to your opponent. Being able to get mana onto that unit, incredibly important. But do remember that Forest Troll Shadow Priest only has about 240 hit points if my, well, old brain is remembering things accurately and correctly. Only 240 hit points, making them very easy targets to try and, well, focus fire and take them down. Archmage about to, well, make his appearance here as well. We should be looking at a couple of militia being called on over, and this game will get underway. Farseer opening up alongside Grunts. We don't see a second Orc Burrow. We don't see a Voodoo Lounge, so it may be an extremely fast tech to tier 2 by Lin. That would be extremely aggressive, and yes, there it is. There's that tech to tier 2, and, well, it looks as though Lin is going to go ahead and clear out this easier green creep camp first. Meanwhile, well, there's that militia clearing out that Forest Troll High Priest. Mud Golem could get cleaned up as well. Militia now being called back to work, or getting pulled away at the very least. Doesn't want to lose any units to creeps. All right, Rock Golem going to easily get surrounded and finished off here in just a moment. One additional Water Elemental. There's level 2 Brilliant Aura, incredibly important for that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, as he'll be able to get in some heals onto some of those other units as well. Farseer on the board with some experience, going to be coming down across the map with the Gloves of Haste, as that tech to tier 2 is about a quarter of the way done. We are transitioning into that second Orc Burrow and that War Mill, as the Farseer is going to keep the Archmage at bay for just a little bit. All right, getting a little bit of damage onto that Farseer. Lin being forced to retreat back. Dual fireballs all the way, racking up a little bit of damage there as the Water Elemental, well, providing and acting as a little bit of a high ground scout as well. All right, Farseer are going to take a little bit of damage there. There's one splash. There's two splash as the Farseer is able to slip on by. Now, with the positioning there, Wolves are trying to dive on in. We do not see a tech to tier 2, and we do see Romantic sitting on 17 workers, so he is going to be rather heavy on harvesters for a little bit of time, as one peasant will get cleaned up here. Is the Archmage perhaps going to try and box in that Farseer? Farseer could take quite a bit of damage, and now no box in there, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest does in fact abolish magic down one of those units. Meanwhile, Lin did pick up the Forest Troll Berserker. Forest Troll Berserker trying to run away, as the militia are gung-ho, ready to charge on in, and the Archmage going to be dropping in a Water Elemental here, trying to clear out this creep camp, while the militia have, well, actual fighting power. Coming back around, we are looking at the Footman trying to retreat back here. Low hit point Footman going to get ensnared there as well. Militia trying to engage here, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest coming back across here. Are we going to see some damage onto there? Yes, one is down. Footman going to get taken down. We see some Headhunters joining in on the battle as the Farseer gets up to level 2. There goes level 3 now onto the Archmage. But more importantly, it's going to be that bonus bit of experience and level 2 Water Elementals here that should be able to fend off this attack. Damage is still racking up once more, and that low hit point Grunt down to 65 is going to be able to retreat back rather nicely. Archmage staying strong at level 3, has plenty of mana, and I like this play by Romantic. Romantic did not drop that Water Elemental just quite yet, was waiting to see how long Lin was going to stick around in that fight. Now he has 190 mana. He is able to still stay strong here with that mana. And if he wants to creep, he has those options. It's just resource control, and mana is a resource at its best. Coming back across here, we are looking at a low mana Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, double Spirit Wolves trying to come into position here. Arcane Tower not yet upgraded as the Wolves are looking to dive in. All right, we could see an Abolish Magic here. Are we going to see it coming across from Romantic? No, we are not, as the Archmage is still putting in a bit of pressure. The pressure onto that Forest Troll Berserker, dropping in a Water Elemental here. Tauren Chieftain now out on the battlefield, hasn't shown signs of what its ability is yet. No Endurance Aura, and with that, the Archmage with Brilliance Aura still able to put in quite a bit of pressure here. Arcane Tower now getting upgraded. Still no tech to tier 2, however, by Romantic, so it will be quite some time before the Archmage has a partner in crime. Now, coming back across here, a Water Elemental trying to push back the other way. The Forest Troll Shadow Priest now benefiting from that Brilliance Aura, as both of them are relatively low on mana. Are we going to see a little bit more creeping? Perhaps no. Just picking up a Boots of Speed. Water Elemental keeping track of where the Farseer is and keeping a little bit of distance as the unit's now looking to retreat back. We are going to be perhaps trying to get a bit of an economic advantage here. 43 supply, Romantic sitting on 20 workers, as the Archmage should be able to pick up that replenishment potion easily and still clear out more creep camps. Farseer, Tauren Chieftain going after this, Goblin Merchant Shop. Ogre Magi now being brought on over as well. Farseer not going to level up. Tauren Chieftain not going to level up either, as the experience is being split between them. Coming back off to the north here, Archmage now going after this Mud Golem creep camp. Are we going to perhaps see some more Forest Troll Shadow Priest? Archmage perhaps trying to get to level 3, going to pick up a Forest Troll Berserker, and that is a high damage unit across, as the Farseer now going to come across here. Our Archmage going to pick up the Sobi Mask. That is a beautiful item there, as we see a quick purge onto that Water Elemental already. Shaman doing their job, doing their work, as the Footmen are now trying to go after the backline. Backlines on both sides, suffering quite a bit of damage, as we see a deny by Romantic right there. Meanwhile, Footman looking to retreat back again. Forest Troll Berserker. Are we going to see some ensnares? There's an ensnare onto a Forest Troll Berserker, and Romantic, with his economic advantage, is just giving experience now to Lin, as we see a stun now go down. Farseer getting up to level 3. One Shaman getting taken out. Another Shaman going to get taken out as well. One more Fireball in the back. He gets shut down as well, as we do see a snare ensnare followed by a stun. Another Footman getting shut down here. Perhaps, yes, Chain Lightning bouncing around, finding plenty of targets, and Lin taking a very big economic advantage. Is he going to be able to finish off this one low hit point Footman? Tauren Chieftain trying to catch up to him. No, not going to go after the lower hit point Footman, taking down the one that had a bit more instead. Tech to tier 2, 3/4 of the way done, and the Archmage really wants a partner in crime right now. Rejuvenation, perhaps Scroll of Regeneration needs to be used as well. More Footmen making their way on over, and there is that heal. 37 supply compared to 47. Lin having the hero level advantage, and I believe the tech advantage right now, at least for now, but that will quickly get cleaned up here, as Romantic does sit on 900 gold, so should be able to build up dual Arcane Towers or build up some workshops. Whatever he wants, he is going to be able to build up easily, as the Archmage still looking for that last bit of experience to get to level 4. All right, Farseer wandering around here. Tauren Chieftain catches sight. Is the Archmage going to try and stop this peon, or wait for the peon to build up a town hall or a great hall? If it is, the Archmage will just drop a Water Elemental, and then, should be dropping a Water Elemental to stop this great hall, force the cancellation there. Not quite sure what the Archmage is waiting for. The window of opportunity is closing quickly, as this great hall is gaining more and more hit points. All right, perhaps waiting for a little bit of time. Drop a Water Elemental. There's a Shaman already in position now, so Purge is going to be in order to try and finish things off. All right, that's just gonna be a double purge. Yeah, no real reason to do that at all, and that is just bonus experience right off the bat. Archmage waiting far too long to do exactly what I expected him to do, try and shut down this Great Hall, and there's that cancellation, but at least the army is still a bit further away. Archmage could try and teleport away now with that Staff of Teleportation as the Mountain King joins out on the battlefield. All right, Staff of Teleportation back here. Archmage sitting at level 3. Perhaps Mountain King going to try and clear out some additional creep camps as the Tauren Chieftain, Raiders, Headhunters, and Forest Troll Berserkers could try and dive in here. One guard tower is not going to do much to stop this group of Raiders, as the Raiders do in fact have pillage and are joining in and getting a bit of gold as well. All right, Rifleman trying to stand behind here, trying to fight undercover, as this is not going to work out all too well either. One Altar of Kings already down, and in comes the human army to try and defend. 55 supply compared to 49. Mountain King is going to try to storm bolt anything, perhaps get in a little bit of damage as we see a lightning shield onto a grunt. Look at how much damage that lightning shield is doing, followed by the Tauren Chieftain's lightning shield there. Chain lightning, Scroll of Healing, beautifully timed to try and save a bit of damage, as that Kodo Beast could easily get taken down, giving level 4 to the Archmage. All right, Grunts coming back the other way. Forest Troll Berserkers getting cleaned up as well, as there is another stomp and chain lightning damage using the elements very effectively by the Orc army. All right. I remember in years past, thematically, the Orc is supposed to really harness lightning, but it feels like here in 2023, 20 years after the initial release of the game, we're finally seeing Chain Lightning and Lightning Shield used effectively for that purpose. Level 2 Chain Lightning bouncing around, picking off a bunch of peasants there, as we have not seen a transition into, well, now just seen that transition into Spellbreakers. Arcane Sanctum, 57 over 60 supply. Tauren Chieftain currently ensnared. Or sorry, no, not ensnared. The Mountain King currently ensnared. Mountain King is going to be able to save it. No, he is not. Unable to get off a Stormbolt either, as the Mountain King falls at level 1. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 4. He's done his damage. Farseer currently low on mana, trying to rack up a little bit more damage again and again, as we're seeing some low hit point Raiders perhaps trying to retreat back. Low hit point Headhunter also in the backfield as well. Lin playing with a very, very dangerous army, could easily get cleaned up here. Instead, transition, trying to go after, is going to be 1 or 2 more shots. There goes one. Can we see another Raider get taken down? And no, we do not. All right, bunch of low hit point units able to make it all the way back home. That Raider at 78, this Headhunter was down to 15, but they will live to fight another day. Meanwhile, we are rebuilding that Altar of Kings that was taken down earlier. So losing that Mountain King early on in that fight, even though it was at level 1, a big setback, as the Altar of Kings does take some time to build. Building the Altar of Kings, even though it's being sped built now, is going to be the long part of that process, as level 1 heroes resurrect quickly. Farseer sitting at 4, Tauren Chieftain sitting at 4, Tome of Knowledge, well, picked up by that Farseer, no big surprise there. That Farseer really needs a lot more mana, as we've seen, well, another Tome of Knowledge? Yep, another Tome of Knowledge left behind, picked up by the Tauren Chieftain. So some big items here, as Lin has the definitive advantage now. All right, are we going to perhaps see, yes, trying to clear out this Ogre Lord creep camp. Spellbreakers may steal some of that Bloodlust or Inner Fire. No, not stealing it at all. Not quite sure why. They are maxed out on mana, and, well, one goes down. All right, Brilliance are getting dropped here. Meanwhile, what is happening overall in the base here? Buildings were being taken down, and we do see a bit of retreating again. All right, Archmage looking to back up. Mountain King showing up to the party. He's going to get to level 2 quickly. And, well, what else can happen here as the Forest Troll High Priest all taken down? Tome of Strength being left behind, as the Archmage picks up a Tome of Retraining and will be going into Blizzard. All right, so Mountain King retraining into Blizzard and Thunderclap. So with that retraining into Blizzard Thunderclap strategy, well, the Mountain King with that Sobi Mask has plenty of mana, at least for now. All right, Blizzard raining down, destroying this creep camp fairly quickly, as the Scroll of Town Portal now trying to retreat back to try and save the main base. multiple buildings have been lost here, as we are looking at the Mountain King perhaps going to lead the charge. He also has a pendant of energy, so that Mountain King, plenty of mana for multiple thunderclaps. And once that Mountain King gets the level 2 thunderclap, coupled with the Blizzard, well, that AoE damage is going to be much harder to just shake off. Level 1 weapon upgrades nearing completion. Meanwhile, Orc already at 2-1 upgrades on those Raiders. On those Raiders and Grunts. 2-1 upgrades, nicely done there. Meanwhile, Ogre Lord quickly getting cleaned up here, and it's going to be a Brilliance Aura for the Tauren Chieftain. Obvious, no surprise there that the Brilliance Aura for the Tauren Chieftain definitely better than for the Kagar's Pipe of Insight on the Archmage, who just already sold that item already. All right, an additional, what is that, 0.7 mana or 0.5 mana every second. So that does add up very, very quickly, as it is passive, and that Farseer definitely needs quite a bit more mana. Lin coming across here, gonna be able to, well, pillage some more gold, and that Dire Wolf with Lightning Shield racking up a little bit of damage again. Both sides now trading bases in terms of mining. However, the main mining base only has about 5 minutes of mining left here compared to the 8 minutes here, as we see a quick scroll of Town Portal. Orc Burrow completely getting cleaned up, and here we go. Blizzard Stomp now coming around. Raiders not able to get in that ensnare. Mountain King comes in with a Thunderclap, but the Mountain King could get taken down to 112 hit points. He's going to end up getting cleaned up here as he finally falls. However, the Blizzard is raining down quite a bit of damage. Scroll of Healing used there to try and keep the units alive. Archmage is sitting at level 5 with level 3 Blizzard to, well, clean up some of these units. Scroll of Speed is being used there. 69 supply compared to 69. All right, Altar of Kings, resurrecting that Mountain King already. We're looking at Slow coming across onto those units. Are we going to see some more Blizzard rain down, trying to use that high field advantage, or high ground advantage onto these units? Tauren Chieftain taking quite a bit of damage as the Archmage gets ensnared, and now going to try and fight back here. One Raider diving on in. Archmage does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. He's constantly getting purged. He's in trouble as he's trying to slip away. Meanwhile, units are still trying to turn back around here. Are we going to see Blizzard? Yes, we are. Blizzard now raining down as a couple of units are low on hit points, but they're somehow surviving, as there's now Lightning Shield also on that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain continuing to dive on into this position here. No easy healing. Archmage could be in trouble. Archmage is down. Now level up for the Farseer, as the Tauren Chieftain will still racking up quite a bit of damage. Kodo Beast slowly digesting another unit, and now any units that are falling right now don't give any experience whatsoever. This is the perfect opportunity for Lin to try and run away with the hero level advantage at this point in time in the game, as another priest gets taken down. Archmage quickly resurrected. There goes a Rifleman as well, as the Archmage could be in trouble. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have enough mana for a stomp just quite yet, but we're still looking at the Wind Riders trying to pick off some priests. There goes a Wind Rider. It gets taken down. Level 6 now on the Archmage. So level 6 Archmage could go for mass teleport. Mountain King now back out onto the battlefield. And what is happening here? Both sides are just getting bloodied and bludgeoned all over the place, as Kodo Beast are continuing to perhaps eat up a bit more units. There's a bit of Blizzard raining down here. Mountain King comes in with the Thunderclap, finishing off more units. Now, Archmage down to the south side here. Are we going to see another death? No, we are not. Tauren Chieftain now up to level 6. And we know what that means. Reincarnation is now on the table, as a Grunt stays alive at 7 hit points. Archmage could come back around, try to get a fireball off on that unit. No, not going to go after that, as the units are still retreating back here. 51 supply compared to 41. An absolute bloodbath between these two teams, as we are starting to see some high-level heroes. All right. A crazy, crazy scenario. Tauren Chieftain could actually just get taken down, and then start resetting that reincarnation ability for a little bit later. That's one of those difficult scenarios to be in. Archmage perhaps needs to back up here, needs to give that Mountain King more opportunities to get all of that experience. Getting to level 4 opens up that level 2 Stormbolt, even though Archmage is simply staying nearby, going to be taking some of that experience away. All right, there's still, I believe, just a handful of creeps left on the map. The gargantuan sea turtle is still left off over there. Meanwhile, this main base down to about 3.5 minutes of mining. But, well, the raiders are going to be able to mass teleport inbound as the Archmage shows up to the party. Here we are, ready to go and defend. All right. Archmage also has a Scroll of Town portal, and here we go into this defensive position. The Arcane Tower doing its job, keeping those Spirit Wolves at bay and making it difficult to try to dive all in to shut down this keep and pillage some of those buildings. A lot of small farms also situated around this expansion location as well. We are sitting only at keep and at stronghold, no fortress or castle, so no third heroes and no tier 3 units either. All right. How is all of this going to go down next? We are getting up the adept training. I believe the priest do already have that adept training. They have Dispel. And now the Farseer are just looking to get a little bit more gold here, clearing out these creep camps, perhaps picking up a little bit of better items. Tauren Chieftain already back up to nearly 1,000 hit points. No, gets up to 1,000 hit points. And, well, still continuing to grow that number a bit. Mountain King sitting at level 4. He has, well, Pendant of Energy and a Sobi Mask. That's going to be quite a bit of bonus mana as well, as that Mountain King could finish off some more targets here too. Are we going to be looking at a Great Hall being built at this last refuge expansion on the high ground? That does seem to be the case. There's a Great Hall, no tiny Great Hall since we don't have tier 3. Peon's going to make the long walk all the way over there. Great Hall will not be done by the time they get there. Perhaps they'll build a couple of watchtowers or orc burrows to try and protect that location too. All right, mass teleport, the sheer utility of being able to be everywhere you want to be on the map could be the big difference here, as the raiders with their speed perhaps and being able to pillage. Who's going to win out in all of these trades? That is the overall question. 72 supply, lumber perhaps a little bit low, as all of these, as there's only down to 12 workers now, meaning 10 workers on the gold mines and 2 workers on these forested areas. All right, Lynn, about halfway done here. That means by the peons get back to drop off the gold, this one Great Hall will be done. Meanwhile, we're looking at another mass teleport inbound, trying to finish off some of those units. Are we going to see a Blizzard? Yes, we are. Blizzard racking up damage. Shockwave now hitting on through. And are we going to see perhaps a little bit more? Raiders are getting taken out quite quickly. We could see more Blizzard as well. There's a more Thunderclap. And Lynn actually not getting in some effective trades here, as Shockwaves are now raining down. However, Riflemen are extremely low on hit points. Mountain King could be in trouble. Down to 18 hit points. He gets taken down. Level 6 now on the Farseer. And Farseer with Earthquake. No, level 3 Spirit Wolves racking up damage. The Archmage was hiding in the back for so long. It looked like he was going to be able to survive, but no. The Shockwave started to take their tolls, as well as Blizzard now still raining down. Chain Lightning still bouncing around. Shockwave dodged with that Archmage. Scroll of Town portal perhaps going to teleport back off over there, and he does survive. The Tauren Chieftain looking for a little bit more Shockwave damage is going to be able to find the Archmage. Archmage takes the Lightning Shield, or Chain Lightning. Tauren Chieftain, Arcane Tower. What is going on here? Arcane Tower coming back around. Priest is going to get in some heals. Are we going to see some damage? Perhaps some slow. Tauren Chieftain coming back the other way, as the Farseer is engaging back across on the other side. The main army is just having problems, as we see a mass teleport down to 53, 79. Is he going to be able to teleport away? Yes, he does. And now the army coming back the other way. Farseer, Potion of Invulnerability. He was down to 10 hit points, forced to use a Potion of Invulnerability to stay alive. Wow, some close calls there overall. Mountain King is out of action, out of commission, and with no Altar of Kings not currently being resurrected. All right, this gold mine is completely out as well. Meanwhile, Lynn is mining safely in that last refuge location. He needs to go ahead and clear out that clear out that mining and do it quickly. 40 supply compared to 33. Perhaps needs to get in a little bit more healing as well. Plenty of items on the Mountain King. Mountain King has now been resurrected. There's Priest here. And what is going to go down? Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Priest going to try and heal, trying to drop some items, pick some things back up, and using that mana potion there, ready to go. All right, there is a Stormbolt on to that Raider. Raider going to easily get taken down. Mountain King still staying at level 4. This is going to come down to the wire. If Romantic or Fortitude, after all, if he doesn't clear out this Great Hall, it will be GG. That's where he needs to fight to shut things down. But, well, if you know where your opponent has to go in order to win the game, might as well be there to try and defend and hold on to it. All right, a little bit of an uphill advantage there as some of the peons are still trying to mine away. Archmage didn't disrupt that much mining as we now see a fight go down here. Mountain King in trouble. Potion of Invulnerability used right there, staying alive. Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer shakes it off with a Potion of Invulnerability himself. Archmage trying to bounce away. Shockwave, invisibility onto the Archmage as it turns back around the other way. There's a Thunderclap as the Raider is trying to get back as well. Archmage could be in trouble. He needs some major healing as the Tauren Chieftain could line up another beautiful Shockwave and perhaps take down multiple heroes. There's the Shockwave. There's the Chain Lightning. Archmage falls at level 6. Mountain King is about to fall as well, and I believe that is going to be the game there. No, Tauren Chieftain has a Potion of Mana. Shockwave dodges. Mountain King dodges the Shockwave as that was at the very, very far edge right there. Mountain King does have Boots of Speed. Level 5 now on that Mountain King as the Mountain King trying to get away as the Farseer falls at level 6. All right, Kotobi is going to return a little bit of food right there. Meanwhile, Mountain King going to perhaps try and heal back up as that one Spellbreaker is back here. All right, 47 supply compared to 41. Tauren Chieftain is still out here on the battlefield. Priest standing next to the Arcane Tower here, and they're going to try and heal back up again. Meanwhile, the Spellbreakers are looking to finish off more of those peons. Peon's going to finish off that peon. Come on. All right, Peon getting cleaned up there. 47 supply compared to 37. I don't have anything against peons. I just didn't want the game to make me a liar. All right, coming back around here. Tauren Chieftain, Raiders, Grunts gonna go ahead and engage, try and protect this expansion. Expansion suffering quite a bit of damage here as the Grunts gonna turn back around. Mountain King is gonna try and make its way back over there. Peons, Grunts gonna get cleaned up. There goes one unit. Are we perhaps gonna see some additional peons getting cleaned up? Tauren Chieftain, Raiders gonna get cleaned up. Mountain King now drastically trying to quickly get over into that position. Farseer now back out onto the battlefield. There goes another. Mountain King could actually get up to level 6. This is a big, big deal. Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer could end up getting surrounded here. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? No Thunderclap needed as the Mountain King is going to finish off that. Mountain King is going to finish off the Farseer. No, Goblin Zeppelin picks it up. Mountain King was so sure, but instead a Goblin Zeppelin picking up the Farseer, denying level 6 onto that Mountain King, and Romantic unable to outlast his opponent. A beautiful matchup between Romantic and Lin, going back and forth. Ultimately, the hero level advantage of Lin and the threat of a resurrecting Tauren Chieftain was just too much. That the Shockwave, Chain Lightning, Lightning Shield combination really showing the magical damage of the Orc army against, well, militia and all of those casters. Beautiful game. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.